for you Leos, you have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups, and the Star card. So some of you Leos feel like you want to give up talking to, you just feel like you want to give up dating in general. Because the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups is you. And it's kind of like you Leos trying to get to know people, but it turns out to be a complete bust because the King of Cups, it doesn't necessarily pan out the way that you thought. And see, that's what's so crazy about it. It's the fact that Venus does go well with Leo, but especially at a time like this, there's a lot of dirty macking where, you know, especially when it comes to that kind of energy, it's a lot of dirty macking, a lot of blocking, if you know what I mean, right? But because people will see you, Leo, as happy with somebody sometimes, and they could kind of get in between that and try to see if they can mess up a good and otherwise good relationship from you. But it's just all these types of obstacles, what I'm seeing that you Leos are kind of done with. Like, you wish that you could quit, you know, and you're kind of tempted to quit. But the Star card, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Pentacles represents if you're looking for somebody, you shouldn't necessarily have to quit, you know. Now, again, at the end of the day, it's up to you. But you shouldn't necessarily have to quit because you still have some people. You still have people that's my dog over there. But you still have people who are very interested in you and willing to give. But the problem is right, willing to give. But the problem is the Star and the Four of Cups. These are the people that you essentially got to watch out for. Star represents Aquarius. I'm not saying it has to be an Aquarius, but people who think that they know everything and that they know you so well and that they think that you're replaceable and that they could play you to the left and have everything just be easy peasy and you Leos just be okay like that. And, you know, they go off, they hang out with, talk to, do whatever it is that they want. And I just see a lot of you Leos being tired of dealing with people who act like that in the first place. Because a lot of you are like, why is it that a person has to even move like this where they're talking to you, but then at the same time they act like they're better than you? And it's like a lot of you Leos are kind of like, what is that about exactly? Because a lot of you Leos can usually get along with almost anybody that you want to. So, but you're looking for somebody who is like this, right? The Six of Pentacles, someone that can give back something to you, give back something to you. It's not about them just taking and taking and never giving back, right? What happens when you take from the land? The land dries out. So you want somebody to be able to give back to the land as well. Plant some trees, you know what I mean? Give back. And the Seven of Wands now is about how, but you have to be able to get over the kind of hurdle of this, which is the idea of when you interact with this, you give it time to fester. You allow people that kind of luxury for them to sit there and accept that for what it is, and that's it, right? Until you get upset and until you feel like you don't want to do this anymore. Now, the point that I'm trying to make here is what you can do is, I'm not saying that you should give up. What I'm saying is that these are just some of your options. So some of the things that you Leos can do, first and foremost, is like it is I said before, you know, put things into perspective. You know, understand that you do not have to put up with the nonsense that these people got going on. You don't have to do that. So the Death card, my dog over there want me to play. My dog over there want me to play with her. I'll play with you in a little bit. Anyway, my dog over there thinking I'm abandoning her. Anyway, the Death card and the Knight of Swords. I'm going over the dog right on my bed, but whatever. The Death card and the Knight of Swords is about how so for you Leos, the next step is for you to put an end to that mentality, right? Putting an end to the mentality of you Leos feeling like or perceiving that you have to even put up with someone who acts like this in the first place. And what I mean when I say put up with someone who acts like this, I mean an individual that moves from the perspective of bratty, doesn't appreciate you, makes things difficult. Part of the problem that you Leos are having is yourself putting up with this nonsense in the first place, right? Now, I have a lot of you Leos, and a lot of you Leos are trying to figure it out. A lot of you Leos will go to the comment section in the Leo videos, and a lot of y'all will be trying to figure it out, right? Like, well, okay, this. Okay, so what it is that you Leos should do, right? Or I ain't gonna say should, I'll say one of the options that you Leos have is to understand that when somebody is moving like this, right, you give it a little bit of time to see if it was just a rare occasion or if it was something that's going to happen all the time. So you Leos have to understand that if you're getting to know somebody and they're acting like an elitist bourgeoisie, their boo-boo don't stink, then you should leave that alone. If that's, you know, something, if it, you know, if that's like a one-off, like a rare occasion, but they're letting you in, they're letting you get farther. What do I mean when I say that? They are telling you about their past, where they came from, what they've learned. They're having conversations with you in solitude, right? The two of you hanging out together, right? There's touching, right? When I say touching, I mean there's non-aggressive physical touching, contact being made. Then it means that you're getting somewhere. As long as they keep that and they don't go cold in a perspective of they constantly bouncing back and forth. That's how you know. That's one of the ways on how you know that they're interested. But if a person, you know what I mean? Because, you know, they're just using that as a wall. But if a person is going in and being disrespectful and all this other type of stuff, and when you interact with them, it's like pulling teeth. Every time there's some sort of power struggle where to get them to talk to you, it's like it's a hard task for you Leos to do, get them to talk to you, then it means it's time for you Leos to bounce. It's time for you to dub them because they've got their own personal issues and they're trying to take that nonsense out on you. And by you sitting there and accepting it, you will get super upset one day and be like, you know what, you're done with all of them. Or be upset and start to look at all of them a certain kind of way. And that's not necessarily something that you want to do, because when you start talking in absolutes with everything, that's a problem if you start talking in absolutes with everything that you do, right? So the Eight of Wands and the Page of Swords now represents how, and see where it goes. You know, if a person, you Leos know what projection is. Be aware of when someone is projecting on you. That's another problem that you should not tolerate, is when someone is projecting terrible things onto you. And because people will use those things that you've been trying to get to know, specifically the person that you feel like you want to be done with, people will use those things, right? Particularly the person that represents this Star card and this Four of Cups, to get you to stay away from them. To get you to my dog is comfy over there, but to get you to stay away from them based upon being overly difficult because they want to sabotage. So let's clarify the Eight of Wands. Six of Swords, Two of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, Three of Wands. To clarify, the Eight of Wands. Right? And if some of the people that you have decided that you're done with, you're done talking to, decide to come on back in and act like they're showing up cute, trying to get you to rock with them again, don't fall for that nonsense and to leave them alone, because they know that they switched you off like a light. They turned you off, and now it's like they're coming on in and not apologizing. They're not apologizing for what? And trying to make it seem like you should take them back. But they're not saying that. They're just showing up. And, oh, you know, I've had that done to me a couple of times. Person done said and did some terrible things, disrespectful things, and they come back and they just, you know, what's going on? No kind of, you know, I apologize for this, that, and the third. Just come back and expect you, well, you know, don't even talk about it. But the Ten of Cups and the Three of Wands, because you have other opportunities out there. There's other fishes in the sea. You have other opportunity out there. And that's one thing that you Leos have to remember. Don't put up with their nonsense. That's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get to 10K subs. I have 9,612, so 388, less than 400 left to go. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my video.